Today, so many children are facing difficulties in developing their skills and they are not able to develop them properly. But now onwards, you are not going to face any difficulties because now you can join Dr. Kiran Bedi's book reading session, which is also known as BRS. Under the leadership of Dr. Kiran Bedi and her team's mentorship, you can communicate with other children of your age and you can also develop your skills based on any factors. And now, what you are waiting for? Join book reading session and be a part of it. Thank you.
My hobbies are reading books and dancing. I also click sky photographs. Here is a glimpse of it.
My hobbies include drawing, doing craft work and martial arts. Have a glimpse at my work.
My hobbies are reading books, singing and drawing. I drew on special occasions like Navratri, Sankranti and Parakram Divas Day. And here are a few other drawings I also drew.
My hobbies include singing, dancing, reading and painting. Here are some glimpses of my paintings.
My hobbies are dancing and to learn knowledgeable and new things. Time management and being good at mathematics and science are my talent. Here are some glimpses of prizes that I won in my dance competition.
My hobbies include reading, writing, and drawing. Recently, I've written and published my very first book titled Heroes of Siadra. I also find myself interested in drawing, and here is a glimpse of some of my artworks. Thank you.
My favorite book is Peace is Every Step, a book by Thich Nhat Hanh. The book starts by discussing why mindfulness is important. This frees us to spend more time understanding ourselves and others. It's a great resource for those looking to start a mindfulness practice.
Reading is a part of my hobby. I really like the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban because of the twists and turns that kept me on my toes. In the end, Sirius Black is accused of murdering Harry's parents, but on the contrary, it turns out he was innocent.
My favorite book is The History of India. I like this book because it speaks about the history of our country. It takes me through the art forms, the architecture and the literature which prevail in our country.
My favorite book is Energize Your Mind by Gaur Gopal Das. This book is filled with so much of knowledge and wisdom. This book tells us how to control anger and failure, etc. The concept of this book is very good. This type of positive mindset can contribute a lot toward the growth of our country.
The name of my favorite book is Niza, The Smile of Courage, written by Anish Banaut. This book is the biography of a flight attendant Niza. Niza sacrificed his life to save 395 people.
If I were to choose a book that's inspired me, I would say that it's William Kwamba Kwamba's The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. The story is inspiring because it tells us that nothing is impossible. We just need to try. Thank you.
Jai Dharima to all of you. Jai Dharima to our audience. आइए जुड़िए. Give a lot of love to our children. Motivate them. Mummy, they are our children. Their love and care is our reason to go on and on. You know, you all are blessed and special. Your love keeps us going. Gee, gee, Mummy. They're going to talk about they prepared a little uh, talk about culture, history of their place. So they'll talk about that. They've chosen their own subject.
Excellent. Welcome, children, to the show 112th. Happy to see young, bright faces, very keen to listen and absorb. Very happy to see this enthusiasm amongst you. Also, that you're so talented. All of you are doing something creative, writing, learning, and art and culture. I notice writing, art, and culture amongst all of you, this habit of reading as well. That's very good. You must understand every time you read and you sow the seeds of knowledge in your head, it will stand you in good stead as you grow. So Arpita, Kritha, Samita, Michelle, Shreyas, and Janat. Welcome. Now, I understand according to the program, which has been given to me by the team, Demonstrative Learning, that you are introducing yourselves. Now, let's go. Arpita, you can start introducing yourself. I want you to tell me what's your strength and what's your weakness, because all of us have our strength. We have a SWOT. I want you to do a little SWOT analysis of yours with me today. It's called strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Tell me, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses as you know, and what are the opportunities you think you have, and what are the threats you have. All four answers quickly. Arpita, all of you, turn by turn.
First, I would like to say good evening to everyone. And I am Arpita Arshas from DV Public School, Gaya, Bihar. I am reading in a standard 10. Currently, I am 15 years old. My strength is my liver because with the help of liver, we can achieve anything, whatever we जो भी हम लोग को पसंद है वो हम कर सकते हैं अपनी मेहनत से. But my weakness is my mom because I love her so much. I can't live without her. That's why she is my weakness, and my strength is labor, hard
Labor,
work.
hard work. It's not labor, it's hard work. It's more than because labor is without probably sometimes application of mind. It's just being laborious, means it be sometimes even mechanical. But hard work is with application of mind. But Arpita, strength is your habit of hard work. Your mom's not your weakness, she's your strength. Because if you love her so much and she
Actually,
cares for you, that's your strength.
when she's not with me, I feel very sad. So that I said,
That's the reason I probably broached this subject for you, because this is like an unprepared question for all of you. Tell me your strengths and weaknesses. So you need to know your strengths and weaknesses. Mom's your strength, even if sometimes she's there or not there, or she's whatever way, but she is your strength. All right. She's also your weakness because you want her all the time and you really care for her. Is it, Arpita?
thank you, ma'am.
Is that the reason for the weakness?
Yes. Thank you.
And what are your opportunities? And what are the threats you feel? Arpita, what are the opportunities in your mind? Arpita,
My
what?
biggest opportunity.
Huh?
My biggest opportunity to have an interaction with you, to talk with you. That is my biggest
So, so the opportunities of technology and having a chat with us is use of one such opportunity. What are the threats? And the threat is probably the internet may go. Do you see any threats? None. Do you see any threats, Arpita?
No.
Okay, think about it later. I will come back to you. Krita, introduce yourselves. What is your strength, Krita?
Ma'am, I'm very happy and excited to meet you today. My name is Krita. I am from Chennai. My greatest strength is that no matter what the situation is, I can speak the truth, ma'am. And my weakness is that I get very nervous sometimes, unnecessarily.
Oh, so
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
aware of it. It's very good
Yes,
idea
ma'am.
to be aware of one's strengths and weaknesses. So your strength is that you
Yes,
are courageous to speak the truth, sometimes in challenging situations. And on the other hand, you are also nervous. How
yes,
can the
ma'am.
two go together?
Ma'am, before coming to meet you today, I was very nervous, but your crew made me feel so comfortable, ma'am. I came over it.
Ah,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, Krita. Thank you so much. Smita,
Thank you,
what's
ma'am.
your strength and what's your weakness?
I am Samhita, and I'm very glad to have this opportunity to speak with you and all the other people. Um, my strengths, I like to do hard work, and also I really, I can't get the right word.
And what's your weakness?
I can be kind of indecisive at times.
You can be doing what?
Indecisive,
Indecisive.
yes,
I see. Oh, that's okay. As a growing up child, you can be making better choices. You can look at all the opportunities you have.
yes.
But it's good to know your strengths. Michelle, you know your strengths? Michelle, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, good evening, ma'am. I'm Michelle.
What's
Yes,
your
ma'am.
strength? What are you proud of?
My strength is I'm self motivated. Quickly learn anything, and my weakness is I can trust anyone easily.
Ah, so you know that. All right, Shreyas, what is your strength? Writing
Yes, ma'am.
books? What's your strength?
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, my strength would be that I do think that I possess the leadership qualities in me, and I can handle like situations easily, and I do have the team working ability as well. As a weakness, I would say I get nervous easily. Like again, before this event, I was like nervous too. Yeah, yes, ma'am. That would be my strengths and my weaknesses.
But nervous about what? What made you nervous? Because this is not an examination, it is like a very lovely chat.
Yes, ma'am. I was just like worried about how I'd like talk or present myself. So yes, ma'am. That's
How lovely, you children, that I see a streak of nervousness. But uh, a psychology will make us understand, a psychologist, why as a teenager you would feel little nervous. Well, I guess the little anxious, your little anxiety, what will happen? How would I perform? Will I do so well? Because you are live and people are watching you. Your parents are watching you. Were you watching the programs earlier?
yes, ma'am.
So you knew how the children were performing, huh?
Yeah, ma'am.
You were
Yes,
watching?
ma'am.
Good. Good. Janat, what's your from Jalandhar? Janat,
First of all, good evening to you, ma'am. I'm 14 years old. I think my strength is I never put my work on tomorrow. Like I never keep saying कि कल कर लूंगी या बाद में या ऐसे नहीं. Or my weakness is lack of confidence. Like if I need to speak in the crowd, I easily get nervous.
oh, this is common. Being nervous is common. Good. We talk about this little. है ना? We'll talk about. Now you're going to talk about your states. Your topic of discussion today is states of India, wherever you are. So should we begin with Arpita?
Nine. The state which is divided by the holy river Ganga. The state which is famous for Madhubani paintings, bamboo work, metal craft, silk sari and litti chokha. Yes, I am talking about the history of this beautiful state, Bihar. The history of Bihar extends to a very dawn of human civilization and also associated with the advent of earliest myths and legends of Sanatan Dharma. It was the part of powerful kingdom, learning as the cultural center of for thousands of years under the patronage of evil kingdoms. The word Bihar has originated from Biharas, which means resting house of Buddhist monk. Bihar is consists of three regions. First, that three regions having distinct culture and history. They are Mithila, Magad, and Bhojpur. Bihar is the state where Mata Sita, the princess of Ramayana and the wife of Lord Rama, born. Magad Empire existed in this state. In this Magad period, Gautam Buddha developed Buddhism in Bihar and Mahavir Ji improved the theology of Jainism. Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually,
Where
I
did you
am
read
getting
about?
nervous.
No, no problem. Where did you read? Where did you read about Bihar? Did you go Wikipedia? Did
Uh,
you go to Google? How
Go-
did you research?
Google with the help of Google and internet.
Okay, good.
And my
So
mom
we,
also helped me.
your mummy assist supported you, helped you. Good, lovely. That's what good mummies do. All mummies who have all the time do that, or others find the time. Some mothers have the time, others find the time. So your mummy has the time, or she finds the time.
She finds the time.
Lovely. So we thank her also for helping you, Arpita.
Yeah.
Okay, Krita, what is your state of Tamil Nadu?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm going to be speaking about architectural marvel in my state. It's a monument, ma'am. I'm going to be speaking about the Brihadishwara temple. The Brihadishwara temple is also called Rajeshwaram, the god of Rajaraja. It's called Tanjavur Periya Kovil, which is the big temple of Tanjavur. It's called Dakshina Meru, the Meru of the south. And it's also one of the great living temples of the Chola Empire, along with the Gangaikonda Cholapuram and the Airavatishwara temple, ma'am. The Brihadishwara temple is known for its architecture. During the construction of this temple, there were no binding materials or adhesives. All the granite stones in this temple were fixed using an interlock method, in which the protruding side of one stone would fit into the end of the other stone. It is declared as one of the UNESCO's World Heritage Site, ma'am. The Brihadishwara temple also has various inscriptions on its wall. It has inscriptions about the gifts given to the temple, about the laborers who took part in the construction of the temple, the wages given to them, and it has names of over 600 people carved on it who contributed during the construction of this temple. The lingam present in this temple is one of the largest in India, and there is a Nandi statue in this temple. It is carved out of a single granite stone and it is over 25 tons, ma'am. There are various murals in this temple. In Bharatanatyam, there are 108 Karanas, and out of this, 81 Karanas have been depicted in the form of murals. Because of the high history of this temple, Archaeological Survey of India has taken over it as a duty to preserve this temple. Thank you, ma'am.
Good, I'm glad you studied this. You never know when you have this information shared in certain forums and they say, oh, Krita, she knows it. And she's well studied. Good.
Thank
Samita,
you, ma'am.
your turn. Andhra
Yes, ma'am.
Pradesh or
Oh,
Telangana. What do you want?
Telangana.
Okay.
So I'm going to be speaking about the culture of Telangana. So Telangana is India's youngest state and was born on June 2nd, 2014. It is known as the region where the fusion of two cultures takes place, namely North and South. The word Telangana is derived from the word Trilinga. According to a legend, Lord Shiva's lingams are found on three mountains: Srisailam, Kaleshwaram, and Draksharamam, which line the boundaries of Telangana. Telangana is home to diverse cultures and religions. Most of the people follow Hinduism and Islam region here. When Nizams used it to rule the region, the state was known as Telugu Angana, as Telugu is a prevalent language here. However, the Telugu of Telangana is said to be quite different from that of Hyderabadi people. With so many religions, it's expected to host some festivals as well. So, to start with, Batukama is a part of Dasara festivities, which is unique to only Telangana, celebrated by Hindu women. In Telugu, Batukama, meaning Mother Goddess come alive, is worshipped in the form of the goddess of womanhood, Maha Gauri Devi. The cuisine gets a makeover as the dishes are a direct influence on the existing culture of that place. Telangana mainly has two distinct cuisines, Telugu and Hyderabadi, mainly where the former is mainly spicy, in which millet, jowar, and bajra dominate. The latter has fused with the flavors of Persian, Malgai, Marathwada, Telugu, and Turkish cuisines with a fine mixture of aromatic spices and herbs.
Good. But you've noticed the three of you, there's such a strong spiritual unity in the growth of every place. Arpita talked about Buddhism and Jainism, or the Buddha, and Krita talked about the Tanjore, and you are talking about the three hills of places where you said about Shiva. See how Indian ethos or Indian growth history, and this is something which we don't read. We don't read in our school books by and large. Very little of that goes on. It's good that you are all making the effort to explore yourself. I guess the new and national education policy will start giving you all this information more and more in the coming generations, for the coming generations in their books. Michelle, you, Gujarat?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to speak about the culture of Gujarat. So, Gujarat may have earned the position of being the most industrialized and developed state of India, but the people of Gujarat have preserved the rich culture and tradition of Gujarat. From food to faiths and beliefs, Gujaratis carry a unique culture in almost all aspects of their lives, and the famous Gujarati dishes are theplas, gathiyas, and dhoklas, etc. And the major festivals are Navratri and Diwali. Navratri is a festival that is celebrated in Gujarat. It is a festival of 9 nights involving important folk dance performed by both females and male, known as Ras and Garbas. I feel very proud and privileged to be born in the land of Mahatma Gandhi ji. Thank you.
Super. So you are linking Gujarat now with Gandhiji.
Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
Okay, because Porbandar is with you. Okay, Shreya?
Yes.
Yes,
Shreya,
ma'am.
your turn?
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Your
again
turn?
Telangana. Yes, ma'am.
So you are Telangana or Andhra?
Ma'am, again Telangana.
Okay.
A city that is great not only for its today but also for its rich past and a vibrant future. Hyderabad's greatness is visible in its monuments and the majestic history it has to tell us. Let me take you on a tour around the greatest monuments of Hyderabad. To start off, we have Charminar. Charminar consists of the four minarets, or as we call it, minars. Hyderabad is symbolized with the Charminar. We have Golconda Fort. It's quite the heart of the city's mercantile. Golconda Fort is famous for its diamond trades and its rich architecture, which is a traditional Qutub Shahi architecture. The Qutub Shahi tomb, which is the oldest yet the most remarkable tomb in Hyderabad, which possesses the art of both Persian and Indian mix. So, in the city of pearls, you ought to see such exciting and many more monuments which share with you a brighter and majestic history of its own. Thank you.
Where did the pearls come from, Shreya? Any idea? How did Hyderabad develop the city of pearls, or very famous for pearls?
Yes, ma'am. I do know it's very famous for pearls, but where it.
I'm just curious to know. Do you know, Samita? Do you know any idea where did the pearls begin from in Hyderabad?
No, ma'am, not really.
But very often, many gifts, basically pearls. Everybody looks for Hyderabad से pearls लाना. बट ये नहीं पता कैसे हुआ ये. चलो गो एक्सप्लोर फॉर योरसेल्फ. पढ़ना इसको. अच्छा. हाँ जन्नत. पंजाब.
Yes, ma'am. Punjab means Panch means five and Ab means water. It indicates that Punjab has five rivers. Punjab has one of the oldest and richest cultures of the world. Punjabis are known to be very helpful, welcoming, and proud people. They welcome everyone with their open hearts. ਮੱਕੀ ਦੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਸਰਸੋਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਗ ਲੱਸੀ ਦੁੱਧ ਦਹੀਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਫੇਮਸ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਆ जो लोग सब तो ज़्यादा खाना भी पसंद करते हैं और मतलब फेमस भी सबसे ज़्यादा यही चीज़ें हैं यहाँ पे जो फेमस है सबसे ज़्यादा और पंजाब सबसे ज़्यादा अपने म्यूजिक के लिए डांस के लिए भी जाना जाता है देयर आर मैनी फोक डांसेस लाइक गिद्दा मलवई गिद्दा भंगड़ा डांस इज ऑल्सो वेरी फेमस Bhangra dance is full of energy. They celebrate each and every festival with great zest. लाइक इन पंजाब ऐसे बहुत सारे फेस्टिवल है जो सेलिब्रेट किए जाते हैं जैसे बैसाखी अप्रैल में अब जो आएगी बैसाखी लोहड़ी they celebrate each and every festival with great music dance each and everything they girls do wear salwar suit and with punjabi juttis and men do wear turban with great pride.
And the
That's how
Gurdwara and the Darbar Sahib.
Darbar Sahib is the holiest place you ever visit. It has a golden dome around it. Gurpurab is one of the festival which is celebrated. Golden Temple is considered as the most famous and most holiest place to visit.
So much of history, the Jallianwala Bagh, history of the
Jallianwala
Jallianwala Bagh, and the Wagha border. So many things famous for, where one looks for. Anyway, thank you, children, for doing your own homework. I'm sure you must have liked doing the bit of research of your own states. I think next time, Saina, we could do a naughty thing. Give them the study of their neighboring state. So that they get to see the neighboring. Like Telangana could now work on Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh. Jannat could talk about Haryana, is it? Something like that. So whichever state the student is from, says, okay, work on your neighboring state and tell us your neighboring state. So they say, okay, I chose Rajasthan or something. I'm just, for example. What do you think, Sana?
जी जी जरूर जरूर.
Yeah. Give a neighboring state. It'll be good to know about the neighboring state. So that brings in a little more of harmony, maybe unity. Okay, now can we go to the questions? Should I go to questions, Hannah?
जी, we can start with the questions.
Okay. Arpita, your question, please. Arpita, your question.
Actually, we all have some dreams, right? कुछ हम लोग पूरा कर पाते हैं, कुछ नहीं भी कर पाते. तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहती हूँ कि क्या आपका भी कोई सपना था जो आप पूरा नहीं कर पाए? Is there any dream that you could not fulfill?
Well, अगर आप मेरे से पूछो मेरा सपना शायद मैंने ऐसा सपना लिया ही नहीं जो रियलिस्टिक no मेरे लिए हो. इसी एक सपना इज लाइक एन इमेजिनेशन वेयर यू वांट, आप कुछ और बनना चाहते हैं जो आप नहीं हैं. और वो तब होता है जब आप अपनी पोजीशन से सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है, तो आप सपना लेते हैं. जैसे अब मान लीजिए मैं सपना लूं कि मैं भी लता मंगेशकर होती, मेरे पास आवाज इतनी अच्छी होती, मैं इतना अच्छा गा पाती. लेकिन मैंने सपना ऐसे लिया ही नहीं, क्योंकि मुझे पता है मुझे गाना नहीं आता और ना मेरे पास आवाज है, तो इसलिए मैं सपना ही क्यों लूं. सो आई थिंक इट्स एन इंडिविजुअल अप्रोच है कि क्या आप सपना कुछ बनने की वो लेते हैं जो शायद आप जो हैं उससे अलग होना चाहते हैं. लेकिन अगर आप संतुष्ट हैं जो भी आप हैं, अगर आप संतुष्ट हैं, तो फिर आप वो सपना लेते हैं कि आप अपना जो भी है उससे कैसे और बेटर हो सकते हैं. तो आप वो सपना नहीं लेते, फिर वो वर्ड इमेजिनेशन होता है, इन्विजनिंग होता है. दैट मीन्स यू ऑलमोस्ट लिविंग इट. सपना होता है कि कई बारी आप in the dreams in the cloud, it's like a dream in the cloud, and there's a wish fulfillment. आप विश करते हैं, काश काश मैं सो एंड सो होती. तो so kash, it's in the cloud, it to the divinity, or it's to the cosmos, message to the cosmos. So सपने तो सब, सपने को आप, सपना कई बारी अनरियलिस्टिक भी होता है और सपना कई बारी इमेजिनेशन भी होता है. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स वेदर यू लिव योर ड्रीम्स. सो मेरी, अगर आप कहोगे कि कुड नॉट फुलफिल, मैं सपना नहीं लूंगी, इमेजिनेशन था कि जब मेरी सर्विस कंप्लीट होने लगी थी, तो आई हैड स्टिल बाय सीनियरिटी 2.5 years ऑफ पुलिसिंग, क्योंकि मैंने अपने करियर को बहुत पसंद किया. तो अब मेरा टाइम था टू बिकम द पुलिस कमिश्नर ऑफ दिल्ली पुलिस. मेरी सिचुएशन जो कि मुझे नहीं मिली. सो क्या वो अनफुलफिल्ड पोजीशन रहेगी? क्योंकि अगर मिलती तो हम शायद बहुत कुछ नया इनोवेशंस करते पुलिसिंग में, जो मैं कर चुकी थी अपने अपनी जगह में, और वो काफी लोगों को मदद मिली. पीपल वर वेरी हैप्पी विद दोज न्यू इनिशिएटिव्स ऑफ proximity of the police to the people, which I could not fulfill because I did not get that position and it was not in my hands. But वो सपना नहीं था, वो एक एक्सपेक्टेशन थी, लेट्स से, कि मुझे बाय सीनियरिटी और बाय माय मेरिट मिलेगी. बट देन सर्टेन थिंग्स आर डिसाइडेड बाय अदर्स, एंड बहुत सारे अदर फैक्टर्स प्ले करते हैं जहां आपको वो चीज नहीं मिलती. मेरा सपना नहीं था, वो मेरी एक्सपेक्टेशन थी. बाय सीनियरिटी किसी का हक नहीं लिया, नॉट टू स्टैच अनदर्स राइट. Sometimes you have a dream which something rightfully belongs to others and you want it. Sometimes you want it. I've never probably dreamt of something I want which doesn't belong to me or cannot rightfully belong to me or come to me. So this is my answer.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I didn't dream. I had been a tennis player. I didn't dream to be a Wimbledon champion. No, that wasn't mine because I knew my limitations also. Limitations of playing in India and the opportunities we had at that time when I was growing up. So we all have had our lives and we all have our dreams, but dreams can also be imaginations. They can also be called expectations, and it can also be visualizations, so many things. And you all have these. You may call it a dream, you may not call it. But dream is somehow linked with sleep, where you sleep and you dream. But sometimes it's also called daydreaming, where you wander, where your mind wanders around and dreams around with eyes open. So dream has many connotations. Can be eyes open and eyes closed. It can be sleeping while being awake. Okay, Arpita? So you can write an essay on dreams. Okay, Krita, your question.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my question was that you implemented a policy of education in the prison. What change did you see in the prisoners through this?
Same change I saw just as when you send the children to school, and what change you see in the child then come back from the school. The child has more ideas, child has different ideas, child is thinking differently, child's world is opened, right? Child is full of now language is different, friends is different, because now the books are also their friends. So this is what I saw in prisoners when we introduced a education program to any age group. It could be any age group because many prisoners during that time were not literate. When I did this education program, children certainly who came had come with the mothers had no schooling inside the prison. There was no playway school inside the prison till we set it up, and the children's language changed. Earlier, they were only talking about the sections of law of the mother. 302, 306 में जुर्म कर रहा है, 324. Huh? So they knew the numerical of the Indian Penal Code section of law. But when we moved them away from there to play with school inside the prison and we set it up, their language changed. Now they were talking about alphabets, numericals, singing songs and poetry, poems, rhymes, music. So this is how it changed. Similarly, changed with the men as well. When we taught earlier, they would only think crime, talk of their friends, etc. The thoughts change. So it's like cleansing, or it's a new entry into your brain set. New thoughts have entered your brain set, and now what you're thinking now you're speaking. So a new software. So when you educate the prisoners, a new software is developing inside them, and that software is now becoming verbal, and the habits change, ideas change, and inspiration changes. So education has a lot of educate a cleansing effect or replacement effect of thoughts. So without education, that replacement doesn't happen. So we saw an amazing relationship of education. Now, what education? Was it theory or was it numericals only? No, we were also inspirational stories. That's also education. When we were talking about Amar Chitra Katha stories or Panchtantra stories or our Pitanjali stories. So these are also the areas where we were educating our prisoners, besides making them more literate. And they were proud of the education because when we were giving them all a school bag, we gifted them all school bags donated by school children from Delhi all over, where we told them to donate us a school bag. They are no more needing because they've graduated to the next class. So we used to donate school bags as donated according to their educational level, and they were leaving the prison with the school bag. They were never leaving it behind. So when we asked them, why are you taking this along? They said, because we want to show our children that we studied. They took the copybooks where the master or I had signed probably sometimes saying, very good, bahut acha, shabash. So they said they would go and show it to their children. That हमने time waste नहीं किया, हम पढ़ के आए हैं. नहीं तो बच्चों को विश्वास ही नहीं होगा कि पापा पढ़ के आया. So it had a very good effect. Okay? All right. So
Thank you,
Krita,
ma'am.
thank you. Samita, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. So these days, everyone's like really into social media and all, and like everyone's getting distracted by it instead of like studying and all. So, how do you avoid being distracted?
It all depends on how are you using the social media. What purpose? Are you using social media to connect WhatsApp with your friends? Then you're obviously, and are you constantly on a chat? So in a way, it's like an e-chat. You're constantly talking to them. So you are being with them without being in person, physically present. So you using social media to connect with your friends. But if you go on and on and on, then you can go on and on and on and you are distracted because every time there will be a notification of a chat from a friend. So one is that you are using this to stay connected with your friends, But do you limit it to say, by no disturbance from, let's say, these 3 hours, I'm not chatting. I am going to study, do my homework. But if you don't do that, it's a big distraction. It eats into your concentration, and it demands a huge amount of discipline to do that, even amongst friends. That do not disturb. There's D&D. Do not disturb me for the next 3 hours, where you put aside your chat boxes, etc. But not many are able to put this discipline into them, because every notification is a sound saying, oh, let me see what this message is, may be very interesting or very something new, let me not miss it. Okay, I'll study, but let me read it. But every time you do that, it gets distracted. Another very good way of using social media is to read very, very good articles. So YouTube is a part of social media, and YouTube is amazing documentation, films, programs, news, analysis, debates, life stories, life skills, entertainment. So again, you decide how do you want to use it. So chat to education for yourself, or even learning skills. It even teaches you education. It skills you. You can learn a piano from learning, taking classes on YouTube. You can learn any art, any skill from YouTube. You can learn cooking from YouTube. So it's the way you use your social media tool. It is to learn a skill, or chat with your friends, or make friends. Third is you want to share what's happening in your life. What's happening in you? Where were you? What are you did you travel? What did you see? You take a photograph and you take a snippet and then you share. That's your art. You've done a painting. You want to share it with your friends. So it's you share your own creativity, or where you're traveling, or what you feel like. One is a friend's conversation. Second is sharing with your friends. Like, for instance, as Saina and Shakira were telling you, after you finish with this program, you will be part of our social media group called Book Reading Session. And you'll get a morning nutrition every morning from Sis Shivani, who will be sending you the messages of morning nutrition, which we share as an inspiration for all members, past members of the book reading. Now that's education, that's inspiration. So it all depends on what you're looking for. Articles, research. After all, you use the social media to do your research. You didn't say, none of you said, I went to the school library. You all said, I went to Google or I went to research. That's what social media is for. So it all depends within the limited waking hours. Where do you focus on your social media? As far as I'm concerned, I use social media for two things. One is connectivity, second is my research. So I use it a lot for studying research. It is really very valuable. But it's one of the other tools, not the replacement of the books. It doesn't replace books. It cannot replace books. Books have their own value. So you can complement and strengthen, but it's also the latest. The articles on Twitter or others, they are the latest. So you get which book is not, because the book has now published. Book till it's fresh in the new edition, but by the time it's published, it's already getting outdated. It's history. The new article is only coming in the social media, right? That's your answer. Okay, Samita. Let's go to Michelle for your question.
Yes, ma'am. My question is your views on education system and the role of social media in India.
I think I've not spoken about the social media. I'll talk about role of it in India. But what are my views on education system? You tell me, since you are the closest to this education system right now. What do you think, girls, boy and girls? What do you think? What do you think, Samita, is the education system in India? What do you think about your education system?
Ma'am, I think it faced a sudden change after COVID, and like people are still coping up with what they've learned. And during COVID, people have gotten very distracted and not weren't paying attention to studying. But some people have used it to their advantage, like getting more information on studying and all.
Yeah, but what is the education system? How do you feel about it? Does it give you what would you like something to be added or not? Are you satisfied?
I'm satisfied, ma'am.
Krita, what do you think about your education system?
Ma'am, I think the education system is great right now. If a person shows interest towards what they are reading, they can make right use of it, ma'am.
So are you happy with the content in the books?
Yes, ma'am, I am happy, ma'am.
Arpita, what do you think about the education system?
Same as the Kritha said, it is really great, and I also मुझे भी अब पढ़ाई में थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट है. I love the content that we are studying in school and tuitions.
Jannat, what about you? कैसे लगता है?
It's great, ma'am.
What is great?
Ma'am, like contents of books and the way teachers are teaching, like equality maybe.
Shreya? Shreya,
Yes, ma'am,
what's
I
your
agree with
think
everybody,
about the
ma'am.
education?
I feel like the content in the books, the information that we are provided with through the books, it is like more than enough for us. It also, I guess I am satisfied with the current educational system.
Michelle, what do you think before I give you my ideas?
Yes, ma'am. As Samhita said, after COVID, we're getting a bit distracted by social media. So, as she said, she was right.
I think what's education system obviously has been revamped. If you notice, with the new education policy, you will have greater flexibility of subject choices and move and experiment with different subjects and go to subjects of your choice and not what the slate which is school offers or the college offers. Earlier, it was a bouquet that this is your served plate. Take plate A, take plate B, and take plate P. Plate A had science and mathematics and something else. Plate B had only liberal arts and etc. So, but now with the new education policy, you can move from one plate to the other. You can experiment with the first year and see what all subjects are and where your heart. So that's a big change which will come. But by the time you'll have entered college, but maybe you experiment with the, she doesn't put on the chimney. तो वो सारी हवा आती है. So what happens is that now when you will go to the college, you will have a shift of these. You'll have a large canvas where you can pick and choose. This is what I feel. But another thing which will happen with all of you is what I feel. What's happening now and will with the future. There was no technology till now, and in the coming system, it's all technology also. So you're all becoming also computer engineering in a way because you're using your softwares to deal. So having exposed to social media, you will upgrade your technological skills as you. So in the current system, there's it's only use of technology. Future will be learning of technology, crafting your own technology. That's a big change which will come in the education system. And the third thing which will come a lot is hands on training. At the moment, you read, then you will do. You will read and do, read and apply. And you do a lot of internships, practicals. So earlier, practicals were only with science. Now there'll be practicals even in social engineering. So even if you're liberal arts, doing your projects, you do projects. Projects is a hands on, but practical in the field. So more experiential learning will come. So your education system currently is less of experiential learning. Post this time, you will have more experiential learning in colleges, where you will be asked to go and experiment, work in the field, go and do a practical internship, and then write your project and come and teach. Maybe come and teach. That's the change. Okay, Shreyas, what's your question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, being a government official, are you like happy with the written laws in the Constitution of India? If not, where do you think there should be like some changes to make it better for the citizens? Like,
I think more of legal awareness. The laws are very good, but the awareness is lacking. So, what can be done is to spread more and more legal literacy. Legal literacy means the women know their rights and duties. Women know domestic violence law, something which is meant for them, so that they do not suffer. They can do. So I think it's not the laws, it's the awareness. Secondly, is their implementation. So legal literacy is, I think, by and large, not so much in your schools at the moment. It's just about little bit about Indian Constitution and Indian history, as you do in liberal arts up to standard 10. After that, you are moving into another kind of stream. Am I right? Am I right? So therefore, legal literacy is quite lacking. This is what the current, it's not about the laws. I'm quite satisfied. It's very well written laws, very well written constitution, one of the finest in the world. But what is lacking is its understanding, how it functions, also understanding how it is executed, how it's implemented. Yes, Freya? Okay, Janat, your question.
Ma'am, how do you identify those people whose partnership can bring you success? Like,
I think it can be known because when you have good friends, what kind of thoughts they are expressing, are they positive or are they negative? Are they toxic? Are they complaining or are they inspirational? So if they are always complaining and gossiping and wasting time, they are not helpful for you. They're not productive. But if you get friends and people who are always talking of the positive side of things, of solutions, rather than all the time complaining, I think people who are gossiping and complaining are unproductive friends to be avoided because their negative attitude impacts you. Like reading a great book or a good film. You can see a film which makes you cry, and you can see a film which you can make you happy and happy, joyful, and make you sit up and dance. Which film would you enjoy more? One which makes you sad and sullen and remorseful, or another film which inspires you to achieve a good biographical film? Supposing you see the film called Gandhi, it inspires you. It inspires you to follow your causes. It follows you. It inspires you to work hard and love your country and and maybe be willingly happy to sacrifice anything for yourself. Sacrifice in the sense that it's for a larger good. So it's sometimes film is a great friend. It is so everything which inspires you towards positivity is good for you. And those who gossip and complain and tell tales of others and all the time complaining are only wasting your time and sapping your energy, because every time you hear is energy, right? Okay, Saina, would you like to do a sum up? We got 3 minutes.
Ji, ji. Children doing some thinking with you today. Then you also think about it later. The word dream, our dreams, our aspirations, हमारा मकसद, our purpose in life. These are very sacred words. इनको ना बहुत सोच समझ के हम लोग आपकी लाइफ में फिट करेंगे. एंड बेटा, ऐसे ही नहीं बोलना दिस इज माई ड्रीम, दिस इज माई पर्पस. ये बहुत मायना रखता है. एंड आवर डे टू डे लाइफ इज आवर पर्पस. इतने सिंसियरली अपनी डे टू डे लाइफ को आप जियो that let your dreams find you, let your purpose find you, let your maqsad find you. Just live your day to day life very sincerely. So do that. You all have been talking about various distractions. Balance is a very important word. तो उसके बारे में सोचना. We can make 2 lists every day. We can make a to-do list and we can also make a not to-do list. So we can have a to-do list कि हमको ये सब आज करना है और हमको आज ये सब नहीं करना है. So we can have 2 lists. And in the night, we can reflect on it. And then again, get going. So we can do that. अच्छा, वीकनेस की बात आती है. बेटा, उतार चढ़ाव आने हैं. आप बड़े हो रहे हो, कभी भी अपने मन से और अपनी बुद्धि से निर्बल मत होना. ये अपने आप से वादा करो. करो वादा आज. अपनी बुद्धि से कभी निर्बल मत होना. अपना मन बहुत निर्मल रखना और अपनी बुद्धि बहुत बलशाली रखना. ये जरूर करना.
Okay.
जी.
Okay. So let me give you a parting shot. Is something called vitamin N. Vitamin N. Try and practice vitamin N. Can you guess what is N? Can you make any guess if I say practice vitamin N? N for? Anybody guessing?
I think it's sometimes learning to say no.
Yes. It's vitamin N is learning to say no. Okay. So number one, it's called vitamin N. Practice vitamin N. Then next practice after that vitamin N is opportunities. How do you use your opportunities? Where you say no to distractions. And you've all talked about distractions. Where you learn to, so basically it's all take you towards discipline. And the third important thing is no complaint. I did not see any one of you complaining. You were all very positive in your approach. So vitamin N, opportunities which you use with personal discipline and no complaining. None of you complained. I've not noticed any one of you say and lament ye nahi hai, ye hota, bada acha. You're not. You're only looking for very, very positive answers. That's an attitude. So if you want to be having personal discipline and success in life, is vitamin N, use your opportunities as priorities. Priorities. If study is your priority, then you will put aside all distractions and learn to say no to other distractions. And you are not complaining, oh, this is there and what do I do? This is there, what? No. You are very, very clear to say no. So vitamin N. Would you remember? Okay, children, thank you for coming. Till we meet again. God bless you. I hope you had a good time chatting, so as I've had, but I know you'll all grow up to be very, very bright because you're already bright.
Shreyas,
Keep up your hard
Shreyas,
work.
show your book. Show your book, Pita.
Yes, ma'am.
He's written a book.
Perfect.
That's his book.
Bless
Bless
you.
you. Write more.
That's it. So you could not have written without being very, very organized and disciplined in writing. You cannot do this. So keep learning, keep building on your strengths. Your SWOT analysis is strengths. And wherever you think you're not good, you're nervous, ask yourself, what am I nervous about? I'm confident, I prepared, I like it. So you're looking forward to it. You're not nervous, you're looking forward to it. So, not nervous. I'm looking forward to this occasion or this event. Okay? All right. Bye, batch. Vitamin
You
and
all are
batch.
blessed. You all are
Yes,
blessed.
ma'am.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
जीवधारी माँ बच्चों को खुश हंसते खेलते रहो
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
हंसते
you.
खेलते रहो
Thank you. And bye bye till then. Say my
खुश
hello and regards to
May I
your
say
parents.
something?
Yes.
May I say something?
जी बेटा
Regards to
जी
your parents and regards to your schools.
Michelle wants to say something. Yes, Michelle.
Ma'am, I'm very happy to see you and thank you for providing me this life enriching opportunity to interact with a very inspiring Dr. Kiran Bedi ma'am. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, ma'am.
So you're the vitamin N batch. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Grateful to our
Thank you,
audience.
ma'am.